All right, hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We are live Monday morning. Another week, another trading week. Yeah, my name is Jay. Welcome to the channel where I trade live in my challenge account to become funded, eventually full-time and all that good stuff, just like most of you. And I do this live every day the market is open so that you guys can see the real life aspect of trying to get through a challenge account to become funded. No gimmicks, all free, just here to document the journey. That's that. What you're seeing here is this is not a trade. This is just me kind of playing out here. Market just opened, and this is actually me just testing out some different, a different strategy, just some things that I'm learning throughout the way, and incorporating it into my current strategy to see how it works. So far, it's doing pretty good. So yeah. Market's open, a little bit of volatility. The VVIX is ridiculously high, so just be careful today, that's all. That just means, you know, again, extreme volatility. So just be careful. As will I. I use the VVIX just to kind of give me an idea of market conditions, whether we're going to be, you know, how much volatility is going to be in the market. So with it being up at 122, that's telling me to just take extreme caution today, right? That's just what it's telling me. So be even more picky with your trades than normal. So we'll see how this plays out. Again, this is not, I'm not in a trade here. I'm just testing out some new ideas. And basically, I'm just targeting these previous lows here. You can see that we came down to a support area. We kind of dipped in below, grabbed the, well, I wouldn't even say this was liquidity here. We just hit some support here. We created a pretty decent flat line here. We came back up into this gap here, which I'm learning about fair value gaps and things like that. So this here to me looked like a fair value gap where we came back up. We grabbed liquidity here, perhaps. I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to that stuff. I'm trying to learn that. And so we got a bearish candle right afterwards, which is where my entry would have been if this is the strategy that I would be using. And now we're just looking to target previous lows here. Let's see how it goes. Definitely some volatility, which again we expected. How was everyone's weekend? Mine was fantastic. Took a nice, easy, relaxed day yesterday. Spent some time with the wife. Did a little bit of prep work for this morning. Added a little background music to the lives here. And let me know what you guys think. I'm all ears. I'd love to hear your opinions on everything. The live, my trading, all of it. I take no offense. But I'm here to learn. I'm here to share some knowledge. And we're here to get to a point where we can be free. Free from the daily grind, from the norm. Yeah. So I was practicing this setup actually last night also, and I played a very similar setup here, and then took a 5-to-1 trade that played out really, really nice yesterday. So I'm just gonna keep testing this, make sure I actually really kind of understand and am seeing the visuals here. Is she here or no? Before I actually start putting some money down on these types of trades. Yeah, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, well, you should have gotten it. You could have did this. Should have, would have, could have." We don't do that with trading. I would rather test and test and test, find some consistency, and then when you go live with a different strategy or whatever, boom, there it is. Nice. So that's 2 in a row so far that played out. So now the question is are we going to grab some liquidity down here and move back up? What was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, I would rather test, and then when you go live with something, you do it with a very small amount of risk, essentially, right? Because when you test something without anything on the table, you have no emotion with it, which changes the game. Once you put something on the table, then your emotions get involved, and you got to test that also. Is that strategy something that you as a person, your personality, can handle? That's why trading is one of those things where everybody does something different, even if it's slightly different, because it's all based on your personality and what you can deal with. It also helps you grow as a person. Also, it's one of the most fascinating things to me about this is how much you must grow as a person in order to become successful in this game. I enjoy it. I love it. Love it. So this would have been a nice trade. This might be something that's better than the strategy that I'm using now, as long as I can perfect it. This is just over a 5-to-1 ratio trade here. And I did the same thing last night. So this might be something good. This might turn out to be something nice. So let's see here. See where we're gonna go here now. Volatility index is still extremely high. I know I talk about it a lot, but I use it as a tool to kind of tame my wanting to get into the market. You should be expecting large moves when the volatility is that high. For example, this may retrace and move all the way back up to these highs here now, and then come back and back and forth. And that's the kind of movement you would expect with volatility as high as it is today. We got a lot of news coming out this week. We got PPI coming out tomorrow. We have CPI coming out on Wednesday, and then we have our jobs data coming out on Thursday. So pretty decent week as far as news goes. All of that news comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So prior to market open, I'm hoping that the data is going to give some stability to the market, regardless of what the Fed is talking about. And we can pick a direction and get some nice trades in. I am going to have to step away here just for a couple minutes, waiting for my daughter to get dropped off. But the live will continue. You guys can watch if you'd like. Stick around. I'd appreciate it. If you're first time here or you're back and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button for me. Hit that like button as well. Help out the algorithm, push my videos out. Much, much appreciated. Again, I come on here live every trading day, just before market open for the New York session. And I'm trading in my funded challenge account here so that you guys can see the reality of day trading. No gimmicks, no cuts, no edits, just raw material here. My losses, my wins, you get it all. All right. We are in a downtrend on the especially in the larger time frames of 4 hour. We definitely entered a time frame. We broke through a decent support area on the 4 hour and on the day chart. Volatility's starting to drop a little bit. Except not with that. Wow. But again, with the volatility so high, these are the kinds of moves that you would expect, honestly, you know. So I would expect this to head back up into this area here, and then we might get, you know, a big push back down. You're going to get these wide movements in the market that don't really give you a direction. Now, if it continues that way, another thing that I'm going to be testing, because I don't want to be missing days upon days of trading, is maybe just taking trades within the range that it gives you. But I'd like to see a range first, and then maybe take small risk trades from one end to the other. But those trades are very risky on days like today. Days like today, you know, your supports and resistances are less likely to hold. So be risky. So this is one of those days where you just kind of sit and watch a little bit. Although I would have done really well in this trade. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. No. This is, I'm glad that I'm testing these out. If I followed my actual trading strategy, my entry for the day, for the morning, should have been here. My stop would have been way up here. So, you know, you have a wide stop, but this would have given me at least a 2-to-1 probably. Yeah, see, here we go. So these are the movements that you expect to see when volatility is as high as it is. These are the days where your stop losses just get ding, ding, ding. People blow accounts. I'm actually up on the day already. I took a tiny little trade. So I'm up 0.5% on the day. Green is green. A little bit at a time. Slow steps. But steps in the right direction nonetheless. That's all that really matters. So let's see where we go from here. If we come back up into this area and maintain highs here, might be willing to take a teeny tiny trade, a very small risk, shorting up here in this area. The strategy that I use also is not good on days like today. Days like today where your movements are so wide, my strategy ends up giving me these large stop loss areas. You know, like you can see here, this is where my entry should be according to my strategy, but my stop loss would have been down here. It's just way too much. What's your RR? You know, not even a 1-to-1 because you'd be targeting highs, previous highs. So my particular strategy does not work on days like today when the volatility is so high. My strategy works when volatility is low and the market is moving in a direction. It's a slow moving strategy. You'd be in the trade for a decent amount of time, sometimes a couple hours, but you have a large RR. So long as the volatility is low. Days like today, my strategy is crap. So I don't use it. Let me know what your strategies are. Let me know. I'm curious to see what strategies people use and what the differences are. And if it's not too complicated, you know, leave your strategy in the comments down below and put your rules also with them. What are your entry point? What gives you an entry point and an exit point for your strategy? Just interested. Let me know what you trade also. Are you trading crypto? Are you trading currencies, indices? Let me know what everyone trades. I trade the NASDAQ, and that is it. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So when the VVIX is above 100, you should expect high volatility. We're at 121. We've been climbing all week, last week. Let's see here. We have not been below 100. Last Tuesday was when we touched 100 from above and then shot right back up, and we are now at 122. Thanks, babe. Yeah. Gotta get my water in. Alright, we are starting to get some downside to the VVIX. We got a long ways to go. It would be nice though if we did start to see some calming. Some calming of the market. Although I'd expect some volatility all this week, honestly, with the data that we got coming out. Unless we get some really good data, all pointing in the same direction, that's going to be key. All the data lines up, then we'll get some direction, I think, in the market afterwards. So this week, you know, I definitely would be careful, and I would expect some volatility this week, for sure. For sure. Yeah, see? Definitely think we're coming back up here in this area, but I think we're gonna get some sellers to come in and push the other way. Although if the volatility continues to drop the way it is, maybe we'll get a direction today. Wouldn't that be nice? Let's see it grab some liquidity up here above these highs. Let's see if we push back down or if we continue up. Maybe we'll grab some liquidity and continue up. strong. Nice big candles to the upside here. Volatility continuing to drop. Just about reaching highs of the day. Oh, that was a nice rejection off the highs of the day there. It's not really a great entry. And the other problem with trading within a range like this with high volatility is, you know, where does your take profit go? Because anywhere in this range could be a turning point. It does not have to come back down to the previous lows. It's volatile, right? There is no direction. And so with these bigger candles, it doesn't even really give you a great entry point. That's, you know, so again, doing something like this is extremely dangerous. It'd be very, very risky, you know, but you manage your own risk. What are you willing to risk to gain? You know, the question is are the chances of you gaining a little bit better than what you're risking? So nice rejection off the highs of the day. Decent push down so far. You know, not being in a trade is a position in itself. Cash is a position. Just throwing that out there. You don't have to be in a trade. Come on, Bruce, talk to me. Bruce is our vacuum, our little robot vacuum. because it's a shark and I have children, so we watch children movies. So the shark from Finding Nemo, his name is Bruce, so we named our vacuum Bruce. Volatility is starting to tick back up a little bit. We are 1 week away today from inauguration. I think it's next Monday, right? The 20th? I like these setups here. These seem repeatable. I go back to the one I did yesterday. No, it's not really the same. This is not, yeah, this is where I had it originally set, targeting these previous lows here. So this was just a pullback that I took. Again, not actual trade, practice trade. These I see a lot of. So, see how it goes. Risque. Yeah. It's just what I expected. Like I said before, from even down here, I said, you know, I would expect this to grab some liquidity below these lows here with the volatility, move all the way back up to the highs, maybe grab some above here, and we're going to move back. Though it's just these back and forth range trading. Is what it is. Good to recognize. I typically become very, very cautious and very, very picky with my trades in conditions like this. It's just not worth having your stop losses taken out, even if you're right overall with the direction. You know, days like today, it just still takes your stop loss out and then moves into the direction that you wanted it to originally. So it's not worth getting your stop losses taken out. Okay. Pushing through highs of the day. Good push. Nice big push. But again, very cautious. Very cautious. It's nothing that says that this can't come right back down. I'm hungry. Really not much going on today, guys. So I'm gonna hang out for a couple more minutes here. Again, these are not conditions that I typically trade in, and if I do, it has to be a really good setup, and even then, you know, I'm risking way less than I normally would because you just don't know where we're going. There's no direction here. Even if we continue to move up here, your movements within this trend are so wide that you'd have to give yourself a large area for a stop that your reward is going to go where, right? Where are you targeting your out? It's just not worth it. The risk to reward is not worth it. Not for me anyway. Again, these are just my opinions. I'm new. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. So take that for what you will. But I know, you know, from watching these markets that these large movements, these large retracements are just not good trading conditions for me. And my strategy that I use gets blown out of the water with conditions like this. So not worth it. So we came down, we pushed through lows earlier today, but I said earlier in the video that volatility was extremely high. So I was almost expecting this move way back, right back up to the highs of the day. This is what we got. We pushed a little higher, grabbed some liquidity, and now where are we going? Who knows? But these large movements back and forth, we end up just range trading for the day. And there's no entries for me. There's no entries for me. Too risky for me, for my likes. And that's that. I'm up slightly on the day. Took a little teeny trade last night when markets opened back up the Asia, I believe it was the Asia trading session. Took a little teeny trade. I tested a trade out this morning. This was not a real trade. I did not get into the market here. just testing out some different strategies. This ended up playing out nicely. I'm good with that. We're going to put that down in my records so I can study it later. And if I don't take another trade today, I'm okay. I'll take the win. No matter how small, take the win. It all adds up in the end. Yeah, volatility is just bouncing around right now. We're not really coming down or going back up, but we're well above 100 on the VVIX. So this is what you would expect. The same thing I talked about last week. We were like this from Tuesday on. You know, the VIX just continued to climb higher and higher, and these are the movements that we got pretty much each day. Again, we got a lot of news. We got a lot of data coming out this week: PPI, CPI, and then again jobs. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I would expect there to be some volatility this week again, and hopefully we get data that aligns with each other all week, and then maybe we'll get some direction out of the market towards the end of the week or next week. Yeah. That's gonna be that. I think that's gonna be it for me today. At least on the live. I'll watch a little bit longer, but I don't expect this to really change much today. Again, if you're new or if you haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I come on here live every day trading in my funded challenge account. This is live so that you guys can see real life what it's like to go through a challenge account to become funded and eventually profitable and go full-time. I'm documenting my entire journey right here so that you guys can see what the real expectations are in trading in the market. I trade the NASDAQ. I don't trade currencies. I don't trade crypto. The NASDAQ's a little bit slower. I like that for me personally. And yeah, I hope you guys get some value out of this. And again, I think that's it. Not really much going on. Again, subscribe. Check out my links in the description down below. I appreciate anybody and everyone who comes onto my videos. Like if you get some value out of it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.